So welcome back to my channel. This is Gamer Dom, and the world's gone football mad, and so has World of Tanks. So welcome back to my normal weekly wrap up of what's going on in the world of tanks. The World of Tanks, it should probably be. Lots of interesting stuff happening. So football mode is back, plus a little nuance around predicting games and getting some freebies out of Wargame, which don't happen very often. We'll look at the Polish tanks. We're going to look at a couple of map changes and lots more besides. So if you're interested, keep watching. So I'm sure many people will have already seen this and already be playing it, actually, probably as of yesterday the 14th. The football mode returns. That's coincide with the World Cup, obviously, that's going on in Russia. Started also on Thursday and continues until July 29th. So I think people who were around last time will be familiar with this. So it's a 3v3 battle, if you like, where you use the tanks to knock the ball into the goal. Frankly, that's how it works. 7 minutes of play. The one with the most goals at the end wins. Or if one team scores 3 goals, they win automatically. If it's a draw, you get an extra 4 minutes of overtime where the first person to score wins. And if there's no goal at the end of that, then it's the first team to have 100 possession points in the enemy half, so the attacking team. One of the changes, I mean, if you remember last time with this game, it was great fun. One of the things that was slightly tricky is when you scored a goal, the kickoff happened almost immediately. And if you sort of were a little bit slow, you could find out that you've just scored, and then you look back and all your 3 players are in the enemy half, and they just score an open goal. Now this time there'll be a proper kickoff apparently, so that everyone will return to their positions before you start. There's also 3 different tank types available. So you can play defender, which is the E100, a midfielder, which is the T60A, or the AMX 13105, which is the striker. So there you go. I don't know. We'll have to see how this works out, but anyway, there you go. So that's what you've got this time round. What else to say about this? Not really much else to say. There'll be all kinds of credits and special boosters for if you win. You've also got Gigi, the Italian goalkeeper, doing commentary, telling you when you've done well. So aren't we lucky? Anyway, it's always fun, these things. Breaks up monotony of gameplay. Yeah, celebrate the World Cup with World of Tanks football mode. So this is a bit of fun on World of Tanks for the World Cup. So they are running a sort of prediction campaign. So each match, certainly for the first few days anyway, you get a chance to input the code. So here we go. This is the first game is 13th to the 15th of June. It's between Portugal and Spain. Each have an individual code. You choose the team you think is going to win. You redeem that, and if your selection wins the match, you will get notification in-game granting you a super easy mission to unlock a mystery ball. You only have to play the battle within 24 hours after the respective game had ended, and the mystery ball is yours. It will contain one of the following prizes: 3 days of premium, 1 day of premium, 3 personal reserves of 50%, XP for 2 hours, 3 personal reserves 100% for 1 hour, 5 repair kits, 5 first aid kits, or 5 automatic fire extinguishers. Also, by redeeming one of the codes, you'll be automatically entered into a raffle, which gives you the chance to win a number of actual physical prizes. So there's a special gaming chair, a gaming desk, one of 4 microphones, mouse mats, headsets, various games here. This is puzzles. Sorry, puzzles. So there you go, lots of cool stuff. So yeah, good idea. So there you go. These seem to run from the 13th of June through to 28th of June. There you go. So choose your team, see how they do. If they win, you get one of the mystery balls with after an easy mission. Simples. So it appears you get a head start. If you log into World Tanks, you get Buffon pop up on your screen. If you click on him, it brings you through to this. It's your lucky day. Redeem until the 15th of June the following code in the premium shop and win a mystery ball containing various goodies for you to enjoy. So you click on that. Mystery ball appears to be the code. Let's do that then, see what. Mystery ball, redeem. Thank you. All gaming code accepted. What does that get us, I wonder? 3 days of premium. There you go. Something for nothing. Kind of fun. So there you go. Freebie for wargaming. You don't get many of them. So I highlighted in last week's Rambles the top tier stats for the Polish heavy tanks coming into the game. Probably later this, well, after the summer, I think is likely that we'll see them. There was some suggestion it would be around about September, October time, so yeah, we'll see. They're on track. They're in super test at the moment. This is all the lower tiered stuff. We haven't got any stats yet on them. Obviously I'll show you those if and when we do, but I have to say one of the things that frustrates the hell out of me is the fact these are another one of these tech trees that jump from light to medium to heavy, and which is a pain in the arse unless you're a gold spender, because every time you retrain the crew you lose so much more of their XP. So you're virtually starting again, and that's frustrating as hell. So anyway, you got tier 1, which nobody will play with, tier 2, which nobody will play with, tier 3 you might play a few. That looks like a BT, doesn't it? Looks like a Russian tank. I mean, these early ones look like British. This thing looks definitely Russian. Then the tier 4, yeah, Russian again. 5. Well, that's a real bastard of a tank, isn't it? It looks like a, I don't know, T-28 or something like Matilda chassis with a big ass turret on top. Tier 6 just looks like a Lego tank. Tier 7, that looks like an IS series, doesn't it? Nice looking tank, give them that. Flatter front. The armour's not going to be so good on these things, I don't think. The tier 8, oh, that was the tier 8, sorry. Oh, idiot Dom. So what's the tier 7? That's the tier 7. Oh, that's an ugly looking thing. Looks like a squashed tank. So yeah, up to tier 4 is light tank, then 5, 6 are medium, and then 7 upwards are heavy. And we've seen these ones before. This is the tier 9. Oops, that's the back of the tier 9. There you go. It's a nice looking tank. And then the tier 10. So there you go. Coming soon, and once we've got some stats, I'll let you know what they are. So it seems like week after week I talk about new maps coming into the game, and we just don't see any of them. But apparently there's another one in Super Test at the moment. This is a new Soviet setting Grand Battles map. So a big one, basically. Designed currently for 30v30 tier 10s. Is anybody playing Grand Battles anymore? Has any Grand Battles ever happened? I don't know, maybe there's a time limit or something, but whenever I play tier 10s, which admittedly isn't very often, I never ever get this as an option. So I don't really know why they're investing time. I'd much rather they put the time in on Frontline, but hey, whatever. In their infinite wisdom, they'd rather everyone gave up on the game just because they don't want to play Frontlines anymore. Anyway, 5 combat zone, the West Bypass, a large open space split into several parts by the river. This zone fits ambushing snipers, but the riverbanks can cover assault vehicles from enemy fire. Okay, where's that then? What to tell from this map? So I'm guessing it's here, this area. Oh yeah. Oh, Dom, you're an idiot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There you go. So zone 1 is over there. Zone 2 is city blocks. This place favours well-armoured vehicles, close to fighting, and offers lots of outmanoeuvring options and shortcuts to the enemy base. Number 3, the central hill. Tanks with good gun depression can use this to their benefit. And start of the game, light tanks might get a glimpse, so some early spots basically. 4 is the bottleneck. Isolated part of the map suits heavily armoured tanks, can be suitable to flank the city zone. Okay. And number 5, the village in the east. Fast moving vehicles can hide behind several destructible houses. Hit and run tactics can be employed. Taking this spot gives you a nice view of Hill 3 and a certain power over what happens there. So yeah, I mean, again, it's one of these maps that they're trying to generate now, which I applaud them for, where there is something for everybody, however false it may create an impression of. But as I say, I give us front lines. Invest this time in generating some new maps for front lines, and let's just have front lines, because everybody wants it, frankly. And no, these maps never, apart from Provence, which was just a rework of an old map and is an absolute pile of dog turd, we've never had any new maps. They keep talking about them, but they don't appear. Anyway, there's another one that won't appear. Soviet Grand Battle map. So it seems like Wargaming can't stop fiddling with maps, but they still don't actually implement any new ones. Just saying. Ruinberg version 3 and actually 4 is also in Super Test. Apparently the 2 versions that they showed, and I showed on the channel a couple of weeks ago now in a Rambles, didn't work, which is kind of what Super Tests are for. So, you know, good. They tried it out, didn't work. So now looking at 2 newer versions. So the first version, it's very difficult to actually see the differences here, to be honest, because it's just stills basically. But the first version has different starting places for both teams, so that reaching key positions will take exactly the same amount of time from both sides. Well, I guess that's what we want. Some buildings in the eastern part have been moved so that the southern tank destroyers can support the Allies fighting in the city. To the southwest corner of the map, additional items for tank destroyers such as bushes, etc. So yeah, this here has all been removed here, hasn't it? So basically tank destroyers down the back here. Let's see if I can bring it up. Yeah, so all these buildings here that are currently around on the current map here have been removed, so tank destroyers down this end can support, but the byproduct of that makes it very, very open. And also more gun lanes here, again, makes this area up here really, really open. Don't like it. I don't like it. Here's the new gun positions here for campies. More from the north. Yeah, I'm not sure about this one, boys. Not sure about that one. The second version offers a pair of new items for tank destroyers by adding new indestructible buildings in K0. Buildings on the east side of this version remain in place, and the central avenue can be controlled from 3 new positions. These positions are minimum additional building are min. I don't know what that means. Okay, so there's an additional destroyed building near the intersection, a hill on the road nearby, and ruins at square F7. These ruins are available in the current version, but in version B they're slightly higher, allowing firing tanks in the bushes on allowing firing on the tanks in the bushes on the other side of the road. God, I can't read, can I? So not sure I really recognise the difference here. Maybe less buildings here, was that right? There's that increased higher gun position. I prefer that idea. Can I say I actually don't really see there's a huge problem with Ruinberg at the moment? Maybe I'm just mistaken, but to me the biggest problem is your team don't go to the across the field and into that small village at the top. That's more often than not the biggest problem. It's not actually how the map plays, it's how the players play. Maybe it's just me. So Wargaming actually got a conscience? No, scrap that, they don't. They just haven't sold enough of these things. So, interesting update from Wargaming that appears here on Armored Patrol, as well as the KV2 Warhammer version. You could also buy a skin job to go on your BDR for about £8, but gave you absolutely diddly squat else other than the fact it made it look like something out of 40k. Which was just ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. So even Wargaming have realised that it was ridiculous, and probably that means they just didn't sell much of it. So they're now offering a bundle to go along with it. So you get a 5 times XP for your first 25 victories in the BDR, 600 credits I assume that is, and 100% trained crew for the BDR, 10% missions. 10 missions where you have to deal 500 damage or more to get strong coffee consumables. So that makes it a little bit more worthwhile as an £8 package. And interesting that if you've already bought this thing, fool that you were, you get that as well. So there you go. Although interestingly, the Wargaming website hasn't updated with this offer yet, so we'll see. But that's what they're saying. So yeah, we have to take it on face value. So thanks for watching. I hope you found it interesting and informative. As ever, please, any comments well received, and look forward to seeing any opinions you have around some of these stories, some of the ideas, some of the thoughts that I've raised in the video, as always. And I know there's usually a fulsome discussion around some of the things that Wargaming have been up to this week. Not too many shoot in the foot occasions this time though. Anyway, hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. And in the meantime, enjoy your games, have fun, try not to take it too seriously, and I'll see you again soon. This is Gamer Dom signing out.